Hello guys, hello and welcome back to another week episode of Cynthia's Conversation. And how are you guys doing? I hope you had a lovely week. So let me go through this one. This one was from a lady. Guys, it's a bit long one, so please bear with me as I go through it. I will try as much as possible. Okay, here we go. My ex-husband and I divorced 6 years ago when our son has just turned 1. He ended up marrying the woman he cheated on me with, and now they have a 5-year-old boy. I have never had an issue with my son spending time with his half-brother. They have a strong bond and genuine care for each other. My boy looks out for his brother and his love for him very much. I make sure that I treat his brother the same way as if he was my own. Giving gifts included him in our family parties. Most weekends, my son stays over at his dad's house. They have a close relationship that makes me happy. But recently, my son called me in tears asking if I could come pick him up because he didn't want to stay there anymore. He told me his stepmom has hit him. This shocked me because my son is very well behaved and polite kid. I have never hit him, so hearing that she did was unbelievable. I went to confront her and she admitted to slightly hitting my son because he wouldn't share his toys with her child, who then started crying. I argued that it wasn't her place to hit my child over such a matter. My ex also disagree with her actions. After more argue, I left with my son and I decided I wouldn't be going back to their house anymore. Now he only see his dad in the public. On my son's birthday, they all show up even though I've made it clear she wasn't invited. I stood at the entrance and I told her she was not coming in. My ex asked me to let her in while she shouted that she was tired of me and my son. We had worn her out. I replied that was her problem since she knew he was married and had a child when she got involved with him. My ex said they would all leave if I wouldn't let him come in, so I shut the door on them. Now they are blaming me for keeping my son because I think I have been more than fair. After everything, I draw the line at anyone mistreating my son. He can still see his dad and brother at my place, but that is it. I refuse to let my son be around people who don't care about him properly, and if she doesn't welcome my son, she's not welcome at my place either. And the question is, did I do the wrong thing? Okay. It's quite a long one to explain, but let me just recap a little bit. So what you are saying is, you and your ex-husband divorced 6 years ago, and he has a son with another person who is 5 years. So your son goes to his dad over the weekend and then obviously spend time with the stepmom, and then the stepmom hits your son. That's the reason why you don't want your son to go back to the house anymore. Basically, that's what it is. And then there is this back and forward. Okay, sometimes when he involved, it's called the blended family, when this person already has a child and then the other person had it. But in this occasion, these are brothers. So personally, I would say I wouldn't hit someone else's child. I wouldn't even hit my own child, leave alone somebody else's child. So the thing is, moving forward is this. I think this is a matter of you three sitting down and setting the boundaries to say, if my child comes to your place, to his dad's place, and then there is something that he did that you don't like. Allow the dad to question him, or allow the dad to discipline him, or inform the mother. Because what happened is, even though you're hitting the child wasn't in a malice place, that not because you were having a malice, that's why you hit the child. For the mother point of view, it will feel like, oh, she hits my child because she hates me. I think the same thing, if your son was the one that goes to the woman's house and then the woman hits your own son, you will feel exactly the same thing, to say, oh, she hit my child because she doesn't like me. So that's the reason why I said the best way to go forward is to set boundaries. Because the thing is, like you clearly said, that your child enjoys spending time with his half brother, because they are brothers at the end of the day. So that the boy will not be missing out on the time and the quality time he spends with his dad and his step brother, as well as the other boy too missing out on the chance that he spent with his other half brother, since you guys have get to this point. So that's why I said there's going to be sort of like a conversation between you three grown adults, because at the end of the day, children will always be children. They will fight over toys. They will fight even though if both of them were your kids, they will still fight anyway. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, I don't appreciate you hitting my child. As much as if your child were to be in my house, I wouldn't hit your own child either. So moving forward, whenever there is a problem and you feel that the need to discipline this boy, please inform the dad or let myself know, and then I will deal with my son the way I know how to do it without hitting the boy. I think there was, if I'm not mistaken, there was another episode that I did one time when a woman was saying how to deal with the new partner kids. And my advice then was this: when you are about to date somebody, who already have kids, if they are grown-up kids, they always have sort of like protective shield against their mom or their dad. So for instance, if I was to date somebody now, my son will probably be the one that will grill him with all the questions. You know, who is this? What does he do? Where does he do? And it goes on and on. So if that happens, I think it would be fair to have a conversation with your children. I'll let them understand, look, you know, my kids will always be number one regardless. And at the same time, I want to pursue this relationship with this person. And I think if the man have children as well, he will do the same with his own kids and make sure that they understand. Because at the end of the day, as much as we're going to say, okay, in the first, let's keep it to ourselves and then see how it goes. So in this case, you and your ex-husband have divorced. At least, regardless what happened, the reason why you both divorced, whether it's because of this woman or because of something else, it didn't work out. But for the two children involved in it, for them not to be dragged into we adults problem, because most of the time when adults have misunderstanding, they tend to drag the kids inside. So whether you have your resentment about the woman in the way in which she dated your husband or in the way in which she married your husband, or having a child for your husband, I think you will have to put that aside and think about the welfare of your child. I do understand that you want to protect your child, but at the same time, there is a benefit of socializing with his dad and his stepfather, because at the end of the day, they are blood brothers. So what I would advise this, you don't necessarily have to take it, this is just my opinion, is you three adults to sit down and have a conversation. And the conversation will start is, okay, how do we move forward? You know, when people are angry, we say things. When we are angry, we say things that we don't necessarily mean. You may have said something that she didn't like. She may have said something that you didn't like. The man probably would have said something in her presence, and vice versa. Regardless what transpired between you and the man is irrelevant to this case. So what you're going to do is have a table talk with the three, with you, yourself, your ex-husband, and the current partner, and say, look, my son enjoy coming to this house. The only reason why I stopped him from coming to this house is the fact that I didn't appreciate that your partner hit my own child. So I will, if there is any need to discipline my child, or if there is anything you think that my child is doing something wrong, you let you the dad deal with it. Or if not, let me know, the mother, then I will deal with it the way I would do it. So I think that's the way forward. I don't think you did something wrong as per your question, but I just think there is a lot of unreserved, if I may allow to say, unreserved issues, whatever the way in which she came to the picture. And if you put that aside and have a honest and open conversation, I think this can be resolved. But let me know which way you decide to go. I love to know the gritty. But until next time, bye.